Within each of us lie hidden secrets, treasures of the soul that we wisely choose to keep shielded from the world. Unbeknownst to many, our own words, whether deliberate or accidental, can be the very key that unlocks these vaults, unwittingly unleashing waves of turmoil within our families. These revelations, once shared, transform into seeds of sorrow and conflict, sowing deep regrets over not safeguarding our most intimate truths. Today, I am poised to unveil a profound Buddhist tale that illuminates 7 sacred secrets that must never be disclosed. As you immerse yourself in this compelling narrative, you'll grasp the immense power of these secrets and understand the vital importance of this counsel. For those embarking on this journey with us, I urge you to subscribe to our channel, ensuring you never miss out on the invaluable insights we offer daily. Embrace this opportunity to master your inner world. Seize our transformative self-knowledge ebook now. Click the link in the first pinned comment and unlock the full magnitude of your true potential, forever changing the course of your life. In his unyielding quest to secure even the simplest of sustenance, he dedicated not just his days but also his nights to the exhaustive search for employment. The relentless pursuit became his life's sole focus, each dawn bringing renewed hope, each dusk settling with a heavy cloak of disappointment. On a particularly trying day, with the weight of the world on his shoulders, he sought solace in the understanding embrace of his wife. In the quiet confines of their humble abode, he poured out his heart. Everywhere I turned, seeking even the smallest opportunity, I'm met with averted gazes and closed doors. It's as if the world has turned its back on me, he lamented, the despair in his voice echoing off the walls of their home. His frustration was palpable as he spoke of his futile efforts. I've knocked on every door, spoken to every person who might lend an ear, but it's all the same, they see no need for my skills, no place for me in their world. The rejection he faced wasn't just a blow to his quest for employment, it was a crushing blow to his spirit. As he shared his ordeals, his wife sat by his side, her eyes reflecting the pain she felt for her husband. Ravi's mind was tormented by the thought of his children, their innocent eyes filled with trust and love, oblivious to the struggles their father faced to put food on the table. The image of their hopeful faces at mealtime haunted him, a constant reminder of the urgency and gravity of his plight. Ravi knew he couldn't give up, not just for his own sake, but for the sake of those little souls who depended on him. The resolve in his heart grew stronger, fueled by the love for his family. He vowed to himself that no matter the obstacles, he would find a way to rise above the challenges and ensure the well-being of his children. Upon hearing her husband's heartfelt confession, his wife sat in contemplative silence, absorbing the gravity of his words. Her eyes, wells of empathy and understanding, met his with a look that conveyed both her shared sorrow and her unwavering support. After a moment of reflection, she offered her counsel, her voice a gentle yet firm beacon of hope in their shared darkness. When you ask for help at one place and it's not given, don't let that be the end, she advised softly, yet with conviction. Return a second time. Persistence can turn the tide. But if the door remains closed, then it's time to appeal to their compassion. Open up about our financial struggles, let them see the reality we're living. Too often, people trivialize the hardships of others, believing they understand when they really don't. Her words carried the wisdom of one who had witnessed life's many facets. There's no shame in sharing our truth. It's in vulnerability that we often find strength. Share our story, our financial plight, with honesty and sincerity. People may surprise you. Understanding breeds empathy, and empathy can lead to the assistance we desperately need. As she spoke, her suggestions painted a new path forward, one marked by humility and the courage to be vulnerable. Ravi listened intently, the resolve in his wife's voice igniting a spark of hope within him. He realized that sometimes, The most powerful plea is that of unadorned truth. Armed with this new strategy, he felt a renewed sense of purpose and determination. He knew that the road ahead would be challenging, but with his wife's wise words echoing in his heart, he was ready to face it head-on. These poignant words of wisdom remained etched in Ravi's mind, lingering through the night and greeting him at dawn. With renewed determination, he set out the next day, returning to the very place where his pleas for help had previously fallen on deaf ears. This time, however, he approached the situation with a different tact. Upon reaching the merchant store, Ravi took a deep breath, steadying his nerves. He approached the merchant, his hands joined in a gesture of humility, his eyes reflecting the sincerity of his request. "I come before you once more, not to demand, but to humbly request an opportunity to work," he said, his voice steady yet imbued with an earnest plea. "Any job, any task you can offer, I will accept with gratitude. My family's needs are pressing, and I am ready to put in all my efforts to meet them." The merchant, taken aback by Ravi's candidness and humility, considered his request. After a moment, he offered Ravi a position, albeit with a salary lower than that of other workers. Ravi accepted, grateful for any chance to provide for his family. However, as days passed and Ravi learned of the disparity in his wages compared to his colleagues, a sense of injustice gnawed at him. When he brought this to the merchant's attention, the response was curt and dismissive. "See here, friend, you were in dire need, and I extended this opportunity. Instead of gratitude, you meet me with complaints. What kind of ingratitude is this?" chastised the merchant. Ravi, taken aback by the reprimand, fell into silence. A part of him acknowledged a harsh truth in the merchant's words. The merchant had indeed provided him an opportunity when no one else would, even if it was not as favorable as he had hoped. The experience was a stark reminder of the complex dynamics of gratitude and self-worth, a lesson that would stay with Ravi as he continued to navigate the challenging path ahead. As days turned into weeks, Ravi found himself confiding in his relatives and friends, sharing details about his employer and the meager wages he received. Despite his unwavering dedication to his job, the circumstances remained unchanged. This disparity between his effort and compensation began to erode his self-esteem. He toiled harder than his colleagues yet received far less in return, a reality that deeply impacted his sense of worth and confidence. The gnawing feeling of being undervalued and underappreciated became unbearable. Ravi grappled with the idea of staying in a place where his self-worth was so blatantly compromised. Ultimately, he made the difficult decision to leave his job. Returning home, he felt a mixture of relief and helplessness, now facing the daunting prospect of not having sufficient resources for household expenses. With a heavy heart, Ravi shared his decision with his family. In search of support, he turned to his friends, hoping for understanding and assistance. To his face, they offered words of comfort, seemingly empathizing with his plight. But behind his back, they mocked him, ridiculing his naivety for accepting such low wages from his employer. They even doubted his ability to repay any money lent to him, citing his limited means. This duplicity only worsened Ravi's situation. He found himself living in a constant state of tension, both day and night. The same friends and relatives who expressed sympathy were, in reality, pitying him. Everyone seemed eager to offer advice, yet when it came to practical help, their offers fell short. As is often the case, people are quick to share their opinions and wisdom, but few are genuinely ready to extend a helping hand and walk alongside someone in their journey towards a better future. Ravi's story is a poignant reminder of the complexities of human relationships and the challenges one faces when seeking genuine support and understanding. His journey underscores the importance of resilience and the quest for self-reliance in the face of adversity. Desperate for guidance and a way to ease his troubled mind, Ravi learned of a very wise monk residing in a nearby village. Driven by a mix of hope and despair, he set out to seek the monk's wisdom. Upon reaching the monk's humble abode, Ravi's emotions, long bottled up, burst forth. Tears streamed down his face as he shared his story of exploitation by his boss and the disappointing treatment from his family and friends. The monk listened intently, a serene expression on his face, absorbing every word in silence. When Ravi had finished, the monk spoke, his voice calm yet resonating with insight. All these situations you've described, they are but creations of human interaction, ephemeral and ever-changing. Learn to remain calm and balanced, irrespective of the circumstances surrounding you. Be strong, for this too shall pass. Your problems have arisen due to a lack of discernment and understanding. With greater wisdom, none of these external factors would have such a profound effect on your peace of mind. However, due to a combination of naivety and stubbornness, you've laid thorns along your own path. The monk's words were like a balm to Ravi's troubled soul. He continued, "Today, I will share with you certain truths that you should keep to yourself. By adhering to these guidelines, you can shield yourself from unnecessary pain that the world, often senselessly, inflicts upon you." Ravi listened, a sense of clarity beginning to dawn upon him. The monk's teachings were not just words, they were a roadmap to inner peace and resilience. As the monk imparted his wisdom, Ravi felt a transformation within. He realized that his journey was not just about overcoming external challenges, but also about cultivating inner strength and discernment. The monk leaned forward, his eyes conveying a depth of understanding. First and foremost, never reveal your true situation to just anyone. Resist the urge to create a narrative of your struggles, exposing your vulnerabilities in a plea for help. While people may offer assistance today out of compassion for your distress, tomorrow they may exploit your situation to their own advantage. If you wish to avoid becoming the subject of ridicule or pity, it's crucial to keep your needs private. At home, if all you have is basic food to satisfy your hunger and a bed for rest, then partake in these quietly, without drawing undue attention. The monk's words resonated with Ravi, offering a new perspective on handling life's challenges. Consider for a moment the purpose behind sharing your difficulties with others. Often, people seek empathy or financial aid. However, by keeping these matters private, you protect yourself from those who might take advantage of your situation. Even if they don't exploit you, they may perceive you as foolish or naive, leading to mockery in front of others. Therefore, it's wiser to shoulder your burden silently. Ravi absorbed the monk's advice, recognizing the value in maintaining a dignified silence about his struggles. This approach not only safeguarded him from potential harm but also empowered him to rely on his own resilience and resourcefulness. The monk's teachings were a guiding light, illuminating a path of self-reliance and inner strength. The monk, his visage a testament to a life of contemplation and insight, imparted the second lesson in a tone steeped in reflection. Contemplate deeply on the consequences of laying bare your past follies and future schemes. When revealing past errors, weigh their impact meticulously. Ask yourself, does public admission rectify these blunders? It becomes evident that such disclosures are fruitless and perhaps even harmful. In unveiling your previous lapses, you inadvertently shine a harsh light on your frailties, thereby shaping a skewed representation of yourself. This distorted portrayal may take root in the minds of others, defining you in their eyes under a less favorable light. Hence, it's of paramount importance to shield your past misjudgments from dictating others' perceptions of you, to maintain your personal and professional integrity. Ravi, deeply engrossed in these teachings, realized the critical need to protect his past with a sense of dignified reserve. The monk, observing Ravi's growing comprehension, expanded on his guidance. As for your future ambitions and plans, tread with the utmost caution when considering revealing them, particularly to individuals beyond your closest circle of trust. Be aware that not everyone shares a genuine interest in your success. Some may seek to turn your aspirations to their advantage. Guard your future plans zealously, meticulously assessing the motives of those you might think of confiding in. Always question the need and wisdom behind disclosing your strategies, considering whether the person you are sharing with truly has a stake in your success and well-being. Ravi experienced a profound resonance with the monk's words. He understood the critical nature of exercising caution in his verbal and mental expressions, recognizing the significant impact they held in shaping his destiny. Apply careful judgment, the monk counseled, and remember, if you've previously shared a plan that did not come to fruition, it likely occurred for a meaningful reason. View these occurrences as valuable lessons, and proceed with an enlightened sense of caution on your path ahead. Ravi's comprehension deepened, perceiving that wisdom and careful communication were not just defensive strategies but essential instruments in navigating the course of his life with deliberate and insightful intent. Through these teachings, he learned the art of balancing transparency with discretion, thereby fostering a resilient and respected persona in both his personal and professional realms. The monk, his demeanor as tranquil as a still lake yet as profound as the depths beneath, continued to elaborate on the sanctity of family privacy. Imagine your family as a secluded garden, where each conversation is a delicate flower blooming in trust and confidentiality. Just as you wouldn't pluck these flowers to display them indiscriminately, so too should these familial discussions be kept within the protective hedge of your home. When these private matters are exposed, it's like allowing strangers to trample through this garden, disturbing its harmony and beauty. Privacy in family matters is not merely about avoiding external judgment, it's about preserving the unique ecosystem of understanding, support, and love that thrives within the family unit. He paused, allowing the metaphor to sink in, then added, there's also the aspect of setting boundaries. In maintaining the confidentiality of home discussions, you are teaching family members, especially children, the importance of boundaries and respect for personal space. This lesson in discretion and respect is invaluable, fostering an environment where each member feels secure and valued. The monk's voice, gentle yet firm, conveyed the gravity of his next point. Moreover, consider the impact on children when domestic issues are aired publicly. Children learn from what they see and hear. Exposing them to the practice of discussing private matters outside the home can instill in them a disregard for discretion and a skewed understanding of trust. It's our responsibility to model for them the importance of respecting privacy, not just within the family but in all relationships they will form in life. The monk then shifted his focus back to the broader picture. The privacy of home life is not just a personal matter, it has societal implications. When families maintain a strong, private unit, they contribute to the overall health and stability of the community. Conversely, when domestic issues are routinely aired publicly, it can lead to a culture of gossip and mistrust, eroding the fabric of the community. Each family, by respecting its own privacy, upholds the values of discretion and integrity, essential for a cohesive society. He concluded this part of his teaching with a reflective note. In essence, the home should be a sanctuary of privacy and trust, where each member feels safe and supported. This sanctuary is maintained not by walls and doors, but by the mutual respect and understanding each member shows towards the confidentiality of family matters. It is a sacred duty, one that nurtures not only the individual members but the family as a whole, and by extension, the community and society at large. As the monk's words resonated in the air, Ravi absorbed the depth of their meaning. He realized that the principles of privacy and confidentiality in family matters were more than just a rule to follow. They were pillars upon which a healthy, respectful, and harmonious family life was built. The monk had not only given him guidelines for maintaining privacy, but had also illuminated the profound impact that such discretion has on the well-being of the individual, the family, and the community. This understanding was a new lens through which Ravi could view his interactions within his family and beyond, a perspective that championed respect, trust, and the sacredness of the private domain. The monk's perspective on financial matters delves deeply into the nuanced dynamics of human relationships and self-perception. He stresses the complex interplay between one's financial status and the perception of others, highlighting the potential risks and implications of sharing such sensitive information. When one is known to have substantial financial means, it often alters the way others perceive and interact with them. There's a risk of being seen not for one's character or abilities, but rather as a financial resource. This perception can lead to relationships that are superficial and transactional, where the individual is approached not for genuine companionship or mutual interests, but rather for the financial benefits they can provide. Such relationships lack depth and emotional connection, potentially leaving the individual feeling used and undervalued for their personal qualities. Conversely, if one is known to have modest means, there are different but equally challenging implications. In a society that often equates financial success with personal worth, those with lesser means might find themselves the target of pity, condescension, or even ridicule. This can lead to a sense of shame or inadequacy, impacting one's self-esteem and social interactions. It can create barriers in forming relationships, as the individual may feel undervalued or misunderstood. The monk's advice to keep one's financial status private is rooted in the desire to maintain autonomy and control over one's personal narrative. By not disclosing financial details, individuals can avoid the potential negative consequences and maintain relationships based on more genuine and meaningful connections. It allows for interactions and bonds to be formed on the basis of personal traits, shared interests, and mutual respect, rather than financial status. Furthermore, keeping financial matters private is also a protective measure against potential exploitation. In a world where financial motives can often overshadow ethical considerations, keeping one's financial status undisclosed safeguards against those who might seek to take advantage of one's wealth. It serves as a barrier against those who may have ulterior motives, ensuring that relationships are formed and maintained for the right reasons. The monk's teachings thus offer a profound insight into the delicate balance of revealing personal information in a world that often judges and values individuals based on their financial status. It's a reminder that while financial resources are an aspect of one's life, they do not define the totality of one's worth or the depth of one's character. By advocating for discretion in financial matters, the monk is not just offering practical advice for protecting oneself, he is also encouraging a deeper introspection into the nature of relationships and the values that truly matter in human connections. The monk's teachings on self-awareness and the judicious sharing of personal insights delve into the complexities of human interaction and personal growth. He emphasizes that while self-awareness is a key component of personal development and intelligence, the externalization of this awareness must be handled with care and discernment. Understanding one's strengths and weaknesses is fundamentally empowering. It allows individuals to leverage their capabilities, work on their shortcomings, and navigate life with a clearer sense of purpose and direction. This kind of introspection is essential for personal growth, helping individuals to evolve continuously and become more effective in their personal and professional lives. However, the monk cautions against the indiscriminate sharing of these personal insights. When others are privy to your weaknesses, it can unfortunately lead to situations where these vulnerabilities are exploited. In professional settings, for instance, knowledge of a person's weaknesses could be used by competitors or even colleagues to gain a strategic advantage. In personal relationships, this information might be misused to manipulate or control. Thus, understanding one's weaknesses is important, but so is guarding this knowledge from those who might use it against you. Similarly, revealing one's strength can have unintended consequences. In a competitive world, strengths can be perceived as threats by others. This can lead to jealousy or conflict, as others may feel overshadowed or intimidated. In the workplace, for example, displaying certain strengths too prominently might inadvertently alienate colleagues or create an atmosphere of rivalry. In personal relationships, it might lead to imbalances where one person feels less capable or valued. The monk's advice to maintain a balance between self-awareness and discretion is thus deeply insightful. It suggests a strategic approach to personal knowledge, one where an individual is fully aware of their abilities and limitations but chooses carefully how much of this information to share and with whom. This approach allows for the preservation of personal power and agency, ensuring that one's strengths and weaknesses are used for self-improvement and success, rather than becoming tools for others to exploit. Moreover, this balance fosters healthier relationships, both professional and personal. By not allowing one's strengths to dominate interactions or one's weaknesses to define them, individuals can create more egalitarian and respectful dynamics. It encourages others to interact with them based on mutual respect and genuine interest, rather than preconceived notions or strategic calculations. Ultimately, the monk's teachings on self-awareness and discretion offer a guide for living with wisdom and integrity. They encourage not only a deep understanding of oneself but also an understanding of the complexities of human nature and relationships. This wisdom is not about hiding who one is, but rather about navigating the social world with astuteness, ensuring that one's personal journey towards growth and self-realization is not hindered by the misinterpretation or misuse of personal insights. The monk's teachings on the delicate matter of friendships and enmities shed light on the intricate web of human relationships and the importance of discretion within them. His words resonate with a deep understanding of the fluidity and unpredictability inherent in human connections. In discussing friendships, the monk emphasizes the potential risks involved in sharing too much information about these relationships. Friends, as cherished as they are, can sometimes find themselves in situations where the information shared with them becomes a burden or a vulnerability. For instance, if you share sensitive details about other friends or personal matters, and those details are inadvertently or intentionally disclosed, it could lead to misunderstandings, conflicts, or even the breakdown of trust within your circle. This highlights the need for prudence in what is shared, even with those closest to you. Moreover, the monk's insight into the transformation of friends into foes is a poignant reminder of the impermanent nature of human relationships. Circumstances change, and so do people's loyalties and feelings. A confidant today might not hold the same position tomorrow, and information shared in a moment of trust could later be used in ways never intended. This potential for change underscores the importance of being judicious about the details one reveals about one's life, even to friends. Regarding enemies, the monk points out the danger of empowering them through the disclosure of personal information. Revealing who your adversaries are or discussing your conflicts can provide them with unintended advantages. Knowledge about who you are at odds with can give your enemies insight into your vulnerabilities, strategies, or support systems. This information can be exploited to strengthen their position against you, either directly or through the manipulation of others. The monk's advice extends beyond the realm of personal safety and protection. It touches on the moral and ethical responsibilities that come with holding information about others. By being discreet about the details of your relationships, you protect not only yourself but also those involved from potential harm. It is a practice of respect and care, ensuring that the trust placed in you by friends is not misplaced and that your interactions with enemies do not exacerbate conflicts. Furthermore, This discretion is also about maintaining harmony within your social circle. By refraining from discussing the intricacies of your relationships openly, you prevent the creation of biases and prejudices within your group. It helps in fostering an environment where relationships can thrive based on direct and personal interactions, rather than being influenced by secondhand information or gossip. In essence, the monk's teachings on friendships and enmities are a guide to navigating the complex world of interpersonal relationships with wisdom and integrity. They advocate for a conscious approach to communication, where the impact of our words on our relationships is carefully considered. This approach not only protects personal interests and relationships but also promotes a culture of respect and confidentiality. This wisdom is particularly relevant in today's interconnected world, where the boundaries between public and private life are increasingly blurred. In an age where information can be rapidly shared and spread, the monk's counsel serves as a timely reminder of the value of discretion. It encourages a mindful approach to our interactions and the information we share, reminding us of the far-reaching implications our words and actions can have on our relationships and on the lives of those around us. The monk's teachings, therefore, offer a profound blueprint for living in harmony with others. By understanding the transient nature of relationships and the power of information, we learn to navigate our social landscapes with care and respect. This guidance is invaluable in fostering relationships based on trust, respect, and genuine connection, which are essential for a fulfilling and peaceful life. The monk's final words encapsulate a profound philosophy that resonates deeply with Ravi, and indeed, with anyone seeking to lead a life of dignity and purpose. The emphasis on discretion in all endeavors is a powerful message, advocating for a thoughtful and measured approach to how we conduct ourselves both personally and professionally. The monk's counsel on keeping one's plans and actions close to the chest is rooted in a deep understanding of human nature and societal dynamics. He recognizes that revealing one's intentions and strategies prematurely can lead to various complications. For instance, in a competitive work environment, divulging your plans could allow others to sabotage your efforts or use your ideas as their own. Similarly, in personal projects or goals, early disclosure might invite unsolicited opinions and discouraging remarks, which could derail your motivation or lead you to second-guess your decisions. This principle of discretion extends beyond mere strategic advantage. It is also about cultivating an aura of mystique and integrity around one's actions. By allowing your actions to speak for themselves, you foster a sense of intrigue and respect. People become more inclined to judge you based on the results of your efforts rather than your preliminary plans or promises. This approach leads to a more impactful and respected presence, both in personal circles and professional arenas. Moreover, the monk's advice to operate with purposeful secrecy is a reminder of the value of internal validation over external recognition. In a society often obsessed with sharing every detail of life's journey, the monk suggests a different path, one where the satisfaction of your endeavors comes from the work itself and the personal growth it fosters, rather than external validation or acclaim. This philosophy encourages a deeper, more intrinsic form of fulfillment, rooted in self-awareness and self-appreciation. For Ravi, and indeed for anyone reflecting on these teachings, the monk's words offer a blueprint for a life lived with intention and wisdom. Each lesson is a stepping stone towards mastering the art of interpersonal relationships and personal integrity. They guide individuals to navigate the complex web of society with a clear sense of purpose and a deep respect for the sanctity of personal boundaries and the power of discretion. Furthermore, these teachings resonate with the idea of mindful interaction, the conscious choice to engage with others in a manner that is respectful, considerate, and aware of the impact one's words and actions can have. It's about creating a space where personal integrity is paramount, and every interaction is approached with thoughtfulness and sincerity. In conclusion, the monk's teachings, as absorbed by Ravi, offer a rich tapestry of wisdom for leading a fulfilling and respectful life. They are not just principles to be applied in isolation but are interconnected, each one reinforcing and enhancing the other. Together, they form a holistic approach to life that values discretion, integrity, and mindful interaction. This approach not only leads to personal success and fulfillment but also contributes to the creation of a more respectful and considerate society. By adhering to these principles, you can foster happiness and peace within your household, thereby reducing familial disputes. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel immediately.